In this video, we explore the humble beginnings of the 31st President of the United States, from his small birthplace cottage to the landscape that shaped his early years and the values that carried him through some of the nation's most challenging times. After spending the night at Dunewood Campground in Indiana Dunes National Park, we packed up and headed west, beginning a long day on the road. It may have been symbolic, but as we crossed the Mississippi River, it truly felt like we had arrived in the West. From there, it was still more than 550 miles to the parking lot at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Sioux City, Iowa. But we planned to break up the drive with a meaningful stop at the Herbert Hoover National Historic Site. If you're traveling along Interstate 80, the site is less than a mile off the highway and offers a large parking lot that can easily accommodate RVs and trailers. We would spend 2 hours here, but a half day would have allowed a more complete visit. Most Americans associate Hoover with the stock market crash, the Great Depression, widespread bank failures, and massive unemployment. But his presidency also included major initiatives like the Boulder Canyon Project, later renamed the Hoover Dam. There's far more to his legacy than the hardships that defined him in office. Be sure to watch the 12-minute Park movie to learn more about Hoover's life and his accomplishments. The movie is available in the Visitor Center or online, and I'll put a link to it in the description below. In the years following his presidency, Herbert and Lou Hoover restored the president's humble birthplace, which he called physical proof of the unbound opportunity of American life. The small space and few material possessions reflect the Hoovers' ethic of thrift, while the antique furnishings represent common household items of a simply furnished two-room rural home. This was the Hoovers' first home, and although it was small, it served the young family well. One room served as a bedroom for the 2 adults and 3 children, the other as a combination living room, dining room, and kitchen. Herbert Hoover lived here only until he was 3.5 years old. As his father, Jesse, prospered, the family moved to a larger 2-story house about 1 block south of here. Tragically, Herbert Hoover lost his father in 1880 and his mother just 4 years later. Orphaned at the age of 11, he left West Branch and would never again live there. In later years, he returned to his humble birthplace to reflect on and celebrate a lifetime of public service. Today, this memorial landscape endures to tell his story, how community, hard work, integrity, and commitment to serving others opened a world of opportunity and ultimately led a child of modest beginnings to the presidency of the United States. In 1895, Herbert Hoover graduated with a degree in geology from Stanford University, where he met his future wife, Lou Henry. At the outbreak of World War I, he organized massive relief efforts in Europe, earning the nickname the Great Humanitarian for his leadership in feeding millions of civilians. From 1917 to 1918, he served as the head of the United States Food Administration, a wartime agency created to manage the nation's food resources. In 1922, a delegation from Belgium presented Hoover with a 7-foot-tall bronze statue of Isis, the ancient Egyptian goddess of life, in gratitude for his relief work. President Warren G. Harding later appointed Hoover as Secretary of Commerce, a position which expanded the department's influence and reputation. In 1928, Hoover was elected president in a landslide victory. Herbert Hoover made lasting contributions to America's national parks. During his presidency from 1929 to 1933, he established 19 new national park sites and expanded existing parks and monuments, increasing federally protected lands by roughly 40%. Herbert Hoover grew up in a religious community that valued peace, simplicity, integrity, and service to others. The plainly furnished Friends Meetinghouse, built by the Society of Friends, or Quakers, in 1857, is the physical expression of those values. Now 2 blocks from its original location, the Herbert Hoover Birthplace Foundation relocated and restored this meetinghouse in 1964. Quakers had 2 meetings for worship each week. Men sat to the right of the partition and women to the left. We wrapped up our visit with a quick walk to West Main Street and a look at the town. In the next episode, we explore Sioux Falls, soak in the sights, hop on our bikes for a scenic ride, and then hit the road towards Badlands National Park.